Welcome to our tutorial for using the database Current Contents Connect. This is an abstract search database which was established online in 1998. It contains article abstracts from over 8 different fields ranging from earth and life sciences to the liberal arts and humanities. And it is a web version of the Current Contents print editions, which have 8 different journals containing indexes from different academic fields. This particular database is useful because it provides detailed abstracts, bibliographic information, and contact information for articles from journals and scholarly websites. What you're going to want to do is start on the James White Library website, which you can access from the Andrews homepage, and you're going to go to Articles and Databases. From Articles and Databases, you're going to go under Quick Links, and you're going to click on Current Contents. This is the basic search page, and this is what we're going to use for our first part of our search today. Now, say my project that I'm working on is how texting is affecting our communication with each other. So I'm going to input one or more search terms. My first search term is going to be communication, which, as you can see over here, is my topic. And then I can choose more. If I had a particular author whose study I was looking for, I would simply look up the author's name. But since I don't know an author, I'm going to choose topic for my second search term, and that is going to be texting. I can also choose things I don't want results on. For example, driving. So I'm going to choose not, and I'm going to write driving. Of course, it's important that I remember that driving is not a publication name. It is, in fact, a topic, or else I'm going to not get any different search results. I can also limit it to years. So let's say I only want results from 2000 and onwards. From editions, I want stuff from both social and behavioral sciences and from the physical sciences. And I can also choose limmatization, which is a very useful feature, which allows the search to find alternative forms of the words I'm looking for. And if I misspell something, you can help me with that too. I can also choose how many results I want per page and how I want them sorted. So now I'm going to push search. Okay, now over here we can see my results for topic communication and topic texting, not topic driving. I have 38 results and they are listed here. So I'm going to click on the second one, which looks interesting, in-class multitasking and academic performance. When I load this article, it's going to show me a lot of different information about it. I can see the author, the source, the volume, issue, etc., pages, the abstract, so I can get a general idea of what this article is about and what its argument is, and a great deal of bibliographic information. As you can see here, I have an email address for the author of this article, so I can email them if I have further questions or need clarifications about one of the arguments they make in their journal article. A nice feature of this particular database is that I don't have to go back to my results list to go between articles. I can just choose to click forward or backwards, and I can go from record to record to record without going. Now, let's say that I go to my article in class multitasking and academic performance, and I say, you know what, this looks like what I need. So I want to export this, or at least save it for later so I can keep on searching. I'm going to click on this button, which adds this record to my marked list. So I'm going to click that. And now, as I can see here, this is added to my marked list. We'll get to what the marked list is for a little bit later. So say we want to do an advanced search. We are going to use Boolean operators, which are something that most of us aren't familiar with nowadays because searches are kind of idiot-proof. Luckily, this website provides both a bank over here with everything you need to know and an option to view tutorials. If you click on this, it will take you to a page hosted by Thomas Reuters, which will give you basic video tutorials on how to do different aspects of this database and its contents, including how to use Boolean searches. A Boolean search is basically just a way of typing out the code that will give me the same results I would during my normal search. So I'm going to type like this. So I'm going to type in my code, topic equals, parentheses, communication and texting not driving. I'm going to choose that I only want articles in English, that I only want them from 2001 onward. And this is very important. I need to make sure that I'm searching not only in the physical, chemical, and earth sciences database, but also in the social and behavioral sciences database. So I am going to hit search now. And as we can see, I have 39 results. You might have noticed that I didn't write the full word communication. I put a star after communic, which allowed me to get different words that had that beginning but different endings. So once I've viewed my search results and chosen all the articles I would like from my marked list, I'm now going to move on to printing or otherwise exporting them. So I'm going to go here to my marked list, click it, and it'll take me to the marked list page. In my marked list, it's going to show me the different articles I have chosen for my marked list, and from here I'm going to select which ones I want to export. I can choose all of them or all the records on page 1 if I had more than 1 pages, and I can choose, I only want number 2 through 4, so I would say records 2 through 4. We're going to assume today though that I want all of my records. Next, I can select what information I want in my record. Do I only want basic bibliographic information, or do I want the abstract as well? Well, as it so happens, I really want the abstract so I can remember what the articles were about. Now I have different options. I can use EndNote, or I can print them, I can email them, or I can save them to another reference software. However, I'm not going to be working with any of these reference softwares, and probably you won't either, so we're going to focus on how to print them and how to email them. If I want to print, I'm just going to push Format Selected Records for Printing, and it'll show me this very printer-friendly page. And from here, I'm going to hit Print this page, and I'll come to my normal printing options. Cancel. To email it to myself, I'm going to click the email icon. And here I can fill in basic information such as my email address, a note to myself, and whether I want this to be shown in plain text or HTML. Then I'm just going to hit email and it will send. Finally, I'm going to talk briefly about how to evaluate the credibility of sources on this particular database. Because Currents Content Connect is not a database which contains full articles, we don't run into many of the problems you do when you're actually evaluating credibility. Mainly, the important things for this database is that it provides sufficient information. And since this is a database specifically designed for finding bibliographic information, it's quite effective. This database does not need to provide information on bias or on background because it is simply providing you with references. Because an article gives you so many references, you can then look up these references and find out information about a person. For example, in our article in class multitasking and academic performance, it gives us all these things, addresses and email addresses and publishers and authors and sources that we can then look up the author, Reynold Junco, and find out his credentials. Or we can look at this particular journal, which it gives us the information for, and realize that it is in fact a credible journal. Also, Current Contents Connect allows you to analyze how many times an article has been cited, information it provides right here, and what information it cites. It'll also create a citation map. Because it gives us so much information, it is credible. It's not trying to hide anything like a shoddy article would. It has everything out in the open. This database is extremely consistent and extremely thorough in this way, and thus you can be assured that any article you find on this is very, very credible.